The 2018 final series, the Hawks versus Crows, the Tigers didn't make the final from the last year's grand final. Darren Harwick wouldn't be happy.
Hello everyone, I'm Dennis Cometti. It's time to play the qualifying final. It's a pleasure to welcome Matthew Richardson.
Hi Dennis, always a pleasure to call a game with you.
A week's rest is up for grabs tonight. Richo, what's the value of that week off?
Well, without the rest, there's a lot of match play between now and the grand final.
Give Tommy
the two
Travis
teams to be mixing it up this evening are Adelaide and the Hawks. Yeah, my favourite time of the day, the first bounce.
The best and fastest way, take note.
Finding the running player. Jenkins puts it on the boot. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. McGovern going for number one. He's having a ball. If you'll excuse the pun, the Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. A dead straight bounce. McAvoy guides it. The bouncing ball is controlled. The umpire wants to ball it up. McAvoy got the hit out. Collected by O'Mara. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
If you're going to kick that, Paulie, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Bannister comes in to level the scores. Hawthorn with their first goal. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Jenkins wins the tap. Terrible timing by McAvoy. Off the ground. Has it now. Gibbs with a perfect drop punt. Takes that one strongly. He's elected to play on. Anything that goes that far needs a stewardess. Nice mark there.
Whitecross. It's really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster. Running in for the goals now. He gets it under pressure.
Bannister taking aim. 25 metres out. He plays on now. Chalk up a goal for the Hawks. The second goal for Bannister. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. One down by McAvoy. Send the top in, big fella. Crouch controls it. There's players everywhere, but somehow he manages to send out the handball. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Jenkins intercepts it. Has it now. Talia feeds it wide. Pointless attempt by Walker. A massive kick by Sicily. The ball bounced favourably for McAvoy. Close call, but it's just made it for a score. Hawthorn off to a good start. Here's the bounce. Palms it down nicely. Takes possession. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
If you're going to kick that, Paulie, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Gets the distance.
Look at 4
The
goals
Hawks
straight
have
to the
scored the last 4 goals. Pressure really being applied now at this early stage to the Crows.
The Hawks forwards are marking everything and converting their set shots. It's meant that the Hawthorn midfielders have had complete faith in their forwards and are using them as the preferred avenue to goal.
Impey picks it up. He takes control of the loose ball. Ball up on the outer side wing. Clean tap out of the ruck. Get that weak shiitake mushroom out of here. He takes an uncontested mark. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
Roost will need to give his feet a pep talk for this kick. Henderson bumped off the ball. Impey going for number 1. Hawthorn with a very handy lead early on. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Interception. He receives the handball. Puopolo laps up the misplaced footy. It's his. Played on. Mitchell slams it on the boot. O'Mara grabs that one. Played on. Fails to dispose of it correctly. Henderson controls. Deft touch from Henderson. Going for goal number 1. The Hawks add 1 to their tally. Mitchell getting his first. This kick puts them further into the lead.
Mitchell needs to practice his goal-kicking routine. It helps a player handle any situation in the game. If he does that more often, then he might enter the league of the elite goal kickers.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Don't know how he managed to get that out of the path. Pressure didn't faze him. Kicks as cool as the other side of the pillar. Henderson takes a shot at goal. A good mark under the circumstances. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision was generally less disastrous than indecision. 20 metres out.
7 goals
He's a freak
straight.
at understanding and anticipating his opponent's actions.
The ruckmen steel themselves before the bounce.
McAvoy may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. He slams that on the boot. Douglas having no trouble taking that one. Puts boot to ball. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. He slams that on the boot with a strong mark.
A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Well, if you could hand-pick a position, this is it, straight in front of the goals.
Look at that.
The ball is bounced.
8 goals straight.
Jenkins got a fist on it. Warple onto the ball. Anything that goes that far needs a stewardess. Nice mark there. He steadies now in front of goal. Impey choosing to play on. An even bigger lead.
Impey is really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster.
Picked by Frawley. Henderson collects it. Going for goal number 1. The Hawks get the scoreboard ticking over with that goal. Henderson kicks his first. This lead getting bigger now.
10 goals straight
Nice
for the
bounce.
Hawks.
Deft touch from McAvoy. The ball in the hands of Seedsman. Atkins plays it off by hand. Jams it on the boot. Coughed up by Walker. Betts runs in. Booted by Stratton. The mark missed by Mitchell. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Dishes it off to the running player. He kicks inside 50. Out of bounds it goes. Here we go again. Tapped by Jenkins. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Whitecross will hear about that kick later. Bad kick, resulting in a free to Hawthorn. Talia pumping it long. Warple over the top. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Great mark over the pack. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
He should kick this.
45 metres out. Henderson just squeezes it over the line. A second goal in the bag. Umpire has the ball ready for the centre bounce. Jenkins, I've seen better swings on a condemned playground. Squeezes on a handball. Betts has a great set of hands. Fantastic mark.
Betts may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. Walker has to get this one right now. The Crows lagging behind Hawthorn on the scoreboard.
Disappointing kick there.
Stratton is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion. Mitchell taps it. Puopolo takes possession. Puopolo has a kick. That miss is going to come back to haunt him.
First behind for the Hawks after 11 goals.
Will be disappointed with that effort. Laird looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one.
When you look at the set shots at goal, there just aren't enough scoring opportunities being created. Get the ball inside 50 and give your forwards a chance to mark. At Adelaide, forwards are dangerous anywhere inside 50. They just need to be given a shot. McAvoy takes advantage. He manages to intercept the bouncing ball.
Penetrating hand pass. He runs for home, going for goal number 3. That was an easy shot, but just to behind for Impey. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. The ball is slammed towards goal by Bannister. Hawthorn have the early lead. It's always a good sign. I would have expected him to nail that. Hartigan with an easy mark. Kicks it. Takes that one strongly. Richo, what are his chances from here?
Not a chance, Dennis.
A risky proposition from here. He'll need a big kick to make the goals. Approaching the goals now. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. That's number 2. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. McAvoy decisively. He gets his hands on the footy.
Gibson, he's not going to ever burn his opponents off the mark, but he won't get beaten either, then that's important. The Hawks have just been so dominant in the ruck, and that's been able to give their midfielders so much time and space, and that's why they lead this match. He gets boot to the ball. Langford choosing to play on. It's a mark.
Whitecross plays it on. Sends it on its way. Impey looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. He plays on. Gets it away in the nick of time. Opportunity for Mitchell. A chance to add one more to his tally. To be generous, you'd say he was just wide of the mark with that shot. Great start by Hawthorn.
Hawks out having a shocker at the moment.
He'll be disappointed with that effort. Impey with the mark. He steadies now in front of goal. 40 metres from home. Going for goal number 3. Marks. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Bannister taking a chance at goal. Adelaide will have to start putting in some effort if they want a chance in this game. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Nice bounce. Guided by McAvoy. A favourable bounce. Henderson runs in. Henderson likes his chances for goal. Cheney has it. Puts boot to ball. Takes that one strongly. Opportunity now for Impey. Now do you think you can kick this one, Richard?
The angle is pretty tough, Dennis. I'm not sure he can do it.
35 metres out. From this angle, he'll need both skill and luck. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Marked by Roughhead. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. You know more about him than me, Richo. Reckon he can bag this one?
It's just too far out for him, Ben.
This will certainly test him from this distance. A set shot on a 30-degree angle. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time the Crows stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. McAvoy is really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work. Mitchell marks the ball. Mitchell has a kick. The ball's travelling.
Second goal from Tom Mitchell.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Here's the bounce. McAvoy with the first touch. A free kick paid for some off-ball trouble. Sends the Sharon on its way. A great effort. He chooses to play on. Burton kicks it just in time. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. Puopolo hand passes. He gives the ball away. He's no oil painting, but look at him climbing the pack like a pop-up toaster. Gets boot to leather. Strong mark by Lynch.
Look, Adelaide haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. It comes off the side of the boot. He marks the ball. He steadies now in front of goal. Nice kick. Hawthorn are in front.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. McAvoy got the hit out. Mitchell picks up the bouncing ball. He's heading for home. With no time to spare, he gets the ball away. Puopolo shoots it. Drifts wide to go through to the behind. He'll be disappointed with that effort. He'll look for a quick option here. A pinpoint pass is the key. It's going. A good start to the game for Hawthorn. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Punch by McAvoy. The ball in the hands of Mitchell. Really butchered that kick, didn't he, Richo?
That's just a waste of a kick there.
Richo, do you rate him for this kick?
The angle is pretty tough, Dennis. I'm not sure he can do it.
35 metres out. The Hawks getting out to an early lead. I would have expected him to nail that.
It's all about the accuracy.
40 metres from home. Puts boot to ball. Nice mark there. Sends the Sharon on its way. Jacobs grabs that one. Jams it on the boot now. Burton gets the upper hand. Probing kick inside the 50. Hands like dinner plates. Here's a chance for Bannister. 30 metres out. He's on a 30-degree angle. The Hawks with a handy break, leading the Crows 115-7. Bounce goes the ball. Cleared by McAvoy. A free kick paid for some off-ball trouble. Led one out in the square. I think he just wants attention. Tackle, but gets the handball off. Hand passed by Atkins. Atkins goes back to collect the ball. A free kick and several tick. Puts the head down as he runs in. Couldn't stop himself in time. The ball is coming back into play. Definitely palmed to advantage. Gibson clearly doesn't get enough attention. Atkins gathers it. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. A second goal in the bag. He bounces straight as an arrow. McAvoy with the tap. He's got the footy in his hands. He gains possession. Booted by Jenkins. Langford wins the marking contest. Kicks. Douglas takes the mark. A lovely drop punt. Perfect timing from Malira.
Milirak's got all the makings required to become a great servant of this football club. I reckon he could become a 200-game player. Walker puts his boot on it. And the ball goes out of play. Tapped. Betts gets the ball. Betts goes for home. Betts has slotted it through for a six-pointer.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. McAvoy nicely outclassing Jenkins. Kicked by Puopolo. Whitecross passes. Puopolo with the tap. He gains possession. He runs for home. Hartigan gets a free kick after throwing the ball. Hartigan slams it on the boot. Taken by McAvoy. Smothers it. An easy interception for Whitecross. Get that weak shiitake mushroom out of here. Walker's back. He's kicked it out on the full. Slams it on the boot. Strong mark by Impey. What a great goal by Impey. He's kicked 4 and he looks like he's not done scoring yet. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. McAvoy hits it. Bounces favourably for Henderson. Jenkins guides it. He collects the loose ball. Kicks. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Takes control of the bouncing ball. McAvoy with the tap. Approaching the goals now. Nice goal from Henderson. This lead getting bigger now. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Great bounce.
Adelaide needs to do a better job and gain more clearances at the moment. They're getting absolutely smashed in the contest. It's really starting to show on the scoreboard. Gibbs lining up with the goals. Puts boot to ball. It comes off hands. Langford with a clean kick-up. Frawley knocks it down. His run-up looks promising.
Out of bounds near the goal. Umpire throws the ball in.
It's been a dominating fight.
Jenkins hardly provided a challenge. There'll be a ball up close to goal.
So far it's been a dominating
McAvoy knocks it down the field. Betts heading in. Watch his style. Guided by Langford. Gibbs lining up. Gee, you wouldn't like to miss from here. Going for goal number 1. Look at that. He's put it through. Gibbs with his first.
Gibbs is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
It's tapped down nicely. Mitchell gains the loose ball. Henderson gathers it. He taps the ball. He scoops it up. He goes for home. Roughhead puts it through. The Hawks lead.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. McAvoy gets onto the ball. Hand pass by Henderson. Mitchell has his head down now. Roost looking to make them pay for that turnover. Impey with the ball. That's a very well-executed goal. The Hawks lead Adelaide.
Hawthorn could just really comfortable kicking for goal on the run because it's just an extension of their normal field kicking and they have absolutely no issues there.
The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Tapped by Frawley. McAvoy with the ball. McAvoy with the shot. McAvoy manages to sneak it through. The Hawks in front.
McAvoy is a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often.
The ball is bounced. Clean tap by McAvoy. Gibson handball short. Talia with the kick. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. And the movie of the same name, a beautiful behind by Betts.
Missed a goal.
I would have expected him to nail that. Jams it on the boot now. Good mark by Langford. Sends it on its way. Rioli having no trouble taking that one.
And the Hawks could record him back.
He plays on now. Didn't middle that kick, did he, Richard?
That's just a waste of a kick there.
Henderson controls. Hand passes. Mitchell heads in for the goals. Mitchell shoots. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. Mitchell getting them further in front. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. McAvoy outstretches his opponent to win the rush. Laird feeds it wide. A good mark under the circumstances.
Lynch just has hands that are magical. He just takes the puck so cleanly. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. He boots it. Langford marks it. Plays on.
Rioli with the shot. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. This kick puts them further into the lead. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Good bounce. Jenkins got a fist on it. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Bounces favourably for Warple. Warple gets the tap, takes possession. Mitchell with his head down, running for home. Now that miss could prove costly. The Hawks lead Adelaide 158 to 26. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Kicks. Rioli takes the mark. What do you think, Richard? Can he make this one?
I wouldn't bet on it.
He gets above the crowd. Roost just gauging which way that wind is blowing. 40 metres from home. Drifts wide to go through for the behind. Hawthorn with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading the Crows 159 to 26. Disappointing kick there.
Cheney is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. He gets boot to the ball. He gets the upper hand. He boots it. Strong mark there. Puts boot to ball. Just wasn't able to grab it cleanly. He slams that on the boot. Mitchell marks it.
He decides to play on. Interception. Jenkins with the kick. Out of bounds on the wing. The umpire has thrown it in. McAvoy got a fist on it. McKay sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Whitecross laps up the misplaced footy. It's his. Handballs from the tackle. Choose to kick it. Talia marks. Goes by hand. Gibson puts it on the boot.
The Crows haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. Gibbs lining up with the goals. Gibbs with the shot. Stratton marks the ball.
He wants to play on. Gets boot to leather. That ball is becoming a yo-yo for him. It keeps coming back. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
He'll need a bigger kick than he has from here.
Bannister got under it. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. 25 metres out. 30 metres from home. Bannister launches one towards goal. A spearing kick from Hartigan. Crouch takes the mark. Pumps the pigskin. Jacobs unable to hold on. Bannister approaching home now. Pinpoint accuracy from Bannister. The lead has been increased. The Hawks with the upper hand in this match, and it shows on the scoreboard, leading 165 to 26. McAvoy directs it down. Atkins handballs it. Puopolo with the interception. Jams it on the boot. Great mark under pressure. Beds will be kicking from, as they would say, downtown. Betts just manages to sink it. He's bagged a couple now.
Betts just so creative that the coach has just given him the
Hawks
freedom to experiment and take the game on, knowing that he's just all class.
The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Bannister with the mark. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. From point-blank range, fails to dispose of it correctly. Hawthorn with the ascendancy over the Crows, leading the match 166-32. It's not the score he was looking for. Opportunity for Impey, 35 metres out. Not the easiest of angles, this one. He's taking the shot from about 30 degrees.
Jenkins is really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster. Frawley takes advantage. Laird intercepts it. He hand passes it.
Whitecross handballs it. McAvoy approaching home now. He kicks it gun barrel straight.
Missed that goal.
That's 2 in a row for the Hawks.
Almost 2.
The Hawks lead Adelaide 178-32. McAvoy gets the tap, takes possession. Jenkins has the ball. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. Gibson boots it.
The Hawks take this game serious at the moment.
He's like he's on a tightrope at the moment. Look at that fancy footwork. In the end, it wasn't enough to keep the ball in. You can see the determination on the ruckman's faces.
Jenkins is really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work. McKay kicks the ball. The mark will be paid. Whitecross choosing to play on. O'Meara plays it off to the man on the run.
Intercepted. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Nice torpedo. Hartigan. Great mark under pressure. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Lynch kicks. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Puopolo throws the ball. Free kick. Kicked by Jenkins. Betts got under it, perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. Distance could be the problem. It's an understatement to say they really need this one.
Eddie Betts kicked it out of bounds. Look at the Hawks to
choose to kick it. Good mark by Walker. This game is slowly slipping out of their grasp. They must convert here. Disappointing kick there.
The Hawks have been taking the time to size up the right option at the right time, so they haven't been hurt on the turnover, and that's why they're on track to win this match. Sending it on its way.
Puopolo with a wobbly kick. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Which, what are his chances from here?
The angle is pretty tough, Dennis. I'm not sure he can do it.
Rattled the woodwork on the full. Free kick. Kicked in a flurry. Roost marks it. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Puts boot to ball. And the mark will be paid. Henderson in no hurry as he prepares for the kick. 25 metres out. Not the easiest of angles, this one. He's taking a shot from about 30 degrees. What did you make of the first term, Richo?
The Hawks were up and about early, but I bet the coach will be happy with this lead at quarter time as the players look like they are ticking all the boxes for commitment and determination.
That was a high-scoring quarter. Richo now with his stats.
Both teams fairly close in the handball stats, 31-24.
You always have that unique perspective on things, Richo.
Good first half for the Hawks there. So I hope you enjoyed the second half. It was first 30 to 20 minutes. So join the next 20 minutes. There you go. Paul Poplar, 16 disposals. Aaron Bartlett, 12. Brendan Whitecross is doing pretty well as well. So I hope you enjoy this second half. Save time,
The
Mitchell.
second
Got
quarter
up.
begins.
Up
If you
for
can
the
believe
disposal
it,
in
the
his
mind
half.
can achieve it.
McAvoy knocks it down the field. A free kick paid for some off-ball trouble. Seedsman kicks it to the square. McKay, the better man there. A rush kick. Malera takes an uncontested mark. I've seen cheap hotels with more room to move. That was close. Well, despite his best efforts, he can't keep it in play any longer.
Jenkins, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. A good contested mark there. He kicks the ball. Rioli takes the mark. He taps the ball. He gets the ball. O'Meara kicks for goal. Missed them all.
Out on the full, the Hawks free kick. He kicks and clears the ball out of the 50. A great effort. Mitchell taking aim. Mitchell pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. The Hawks have scored the last 3 goals. Hawthorn leads by 151. McAvoy gets the tap. Gibson gets the ball. Picture perfect drop punt. Collected by Sicily. Kicks it across the ground. A great effort.
McAvoy is really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. He plays on. He slams that on the boot. Impey with good strong hands. He lines it up with the goal. He plays on. Impey goes for goal. A great mark under pressure.
Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal on the side. The Hawks leads by 152. It's not the score he was looking for.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time the Crows stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. Good mark. Sending it on its way. Crouch with a strong mark. Puts boot to ball. Seedsman with real good use of the body. He kicks the ball. Millera drops the ball. McAvoy just bumped off the ball. Gibbs gets the intercept. Stratton didn't waste the opportunity. He gets boot to the ball.
Chips it down towards half forward. Unfortunately, placed ball finds its way into the opposition's grasp. To be generous, you'd say he was just wide of the mark with that shot. Hawthorn in front. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Cheney with a gigantic kick. O'Mara marks. Kicked at goal by O'Mara. It's in the air. It's like giving a bazooka to Mr. Bean. The Hawks get the free kick as it goes out on the full. Oh, something must have carried that. It's a lovely long kick.
Hawthorn were taking their time and kicking to smart options inside 50, and that's having a real bearing on this match. Rioli lines up. Hardigan with the tap. Cheney decides to send it to space.
Kicks it. It was all his. He kicks quickly. Jenkins alone for the uncontested mark. He's able to thread a needle, and that kick comes out of the pack. Works it across the ground. Taken by Walker. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. It's not the score he was looking for. He kicks it to himself. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. Jenkins got a fist on it. Crawley is able to grab it on the half volley. My goodness, the wee ball has gone so high there'll be snow on that one when it comes down. And the ball goes over the boundary near the 50. It looks like the umpire has decided it's a boundary throw-in. McAvoy got a fist on it. Scoops up the bouncing ball. O'Mara won't hit the intended target. Roost got under it. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Just fell through.
That's a good goal for Luke Bruce there.
152.
Bruce
For his
is good on
third
both
goal.
left and right, so kicking off either side is just not an issue for him.
McAvoy knocks it down the field. Punishing kick from Puopolo. Bannister presents and takes the mark. He plays on. Bannister likes his chances for goal. Hawthorn have scored the last 2 goals.
Can he make
The
it?
Hawks with a handy break, leading Adelaide
Get 10 goals
198
in the
to
ground.
40.
It's just so creative that the coach has just given him the freedom to experiment and take the game on, knowing that he's just all
There,
class.
McAvoy
McAvoy aiming for the goals.
Goes long.
That was a huge kick Malcolm Blight would be happy with that one. The Hawks starting to exert some dominance over the Crows with the lead of 204 to 40.
He's a very intelligent guy. He always seems to make the right decisions no matter what's happening on field around him.
Perfect goal from Macca.
Lucky we have that goal recorded because it was first rate. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The bounce, laser straight.
Jenkins can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league. McAvoy, handballs to the man on the move. He's holding the ball. Puts boot to ball. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. Burton kicks it. Seedsman didn't waste the opportunity.
We get a ball up on the wing. Big thump from McAvoy. He gathers the loose ball. He gets the hand pass. Walker has his head down now. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg.
Well, when Hawthorn were able to mark the ball inside their forward 50 so easily, it's no wonder they're leading this match. Adelaide really need to turn up the pressure. His approach looks good. Rioli praying. If that was basketball, you'd call that from downtown. Hawthorn are over Adelaide.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Here's the bounce. Jenkins looked about as coordinated as Disney's Goofy. Gets a handball away. Crawley looking to make them pay for that turnover. Roost alone for the uncontested mark. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines the shot up. 45 metres out. Well, if you could hand-pick a position, this is it. Straight in front of the goals. Hawthorn 176. The Ruckmen, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce.
McAvoy can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league.
He's got to win the great.
He takes a strong mark. Lining it up with the goal now. He plays on. Nice kick.
10 goals in the front of the fight.
That's 5 in a row for Hawthorn. Hawthorn beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 222 to 40. Definitely palmed to advantage. Puopolo with the football. Dishes it off by hand. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Now that miss could prove costly. Disappointing kick there. He's looking for options now. Impey takes a shot. Bannister wins the marking contest. He steadies now in front of goal, 15 metres out. He's elected to play on. Crouch pummels him, but the kick gets away in time.
It's the man to go to. He thrives on pressure. Give him the ball and he just does the rest.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. McGovern wins the marking contest. 35 metres out. Having a big day going for goal number 4. Adelaide are just being completely humiliated right here.
McGovern can be forced onto any side and he's still just as competent.
Puts the head down as he runs in. Marks. Bannister lines it up, 25 metres out. Golden opportunity here. Goal to the Hawks. The goals just keep on coming, and there's no end in sight.
Puts on his kicking boots and instantly has the ability to win a game off his own boot.
McAvoy knocks it down the field. Walker puts it on the boot. Betts marks. Jams it on the boot. Over the top of the pad.
Hawthorn are taking their time and kicking to smart options inside 50, and that's having a real bearing on this match. Mitchell mops up the ball. Holding the ball is the call. He kicks the ball. Gibson takes the mark. He slams that on the boot. Walker with the ball.
Wow, do they need to score. Marked by Langford. He's elected to play on. Shags that one. He has space for an easy mark. Mitchell making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the wind. McAvoy, a good crummer. Kicks into the forward line. Marked by Impey. Lining up the goal now. Impey pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. The Hawks in front.
The Hawks could just back their pace and skills and they've been
Empty's doing
rewarded on the
pretty well.
scoreboard.
7 goals.
It's been pretty impressive.
Empty.
Jenkins with the tap. Walker controls. He has the ball. Sicily kicks it a long way. Cheney sweeps on the loose ball and will have a change of possession. Jenkins wins the tap. Terrible timing by McAvoy. Henderson kicks for goal. He has a few options. A solid mark from Impey. Bumps the pigskin. Steady hands there as he holds that one. He chooses to play on. Intercepted. Cheney feeds it wide. McAvoy drops it. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. If that post was a couple of centimetres thinner, he'd have been okay. It's not the score he was looking for.
Cheney's got good knowledge of the game and he can see the events unfolding in front of him, but he just needs to react a little faster. A good hit out there. Rough head. Goes for goal. Hit the post on the full. There is no worse feeling. He gets boot to the ball. He marks the ball.
Henderson with a chance if he keeps a cool head. He wants to play on. Not a very good kick. Henderson with a massive goal. Hawthorn leads by 2:03. All is in readiness. The bounce is straight as an arrow. McAvoy with a big fist on it. Walker comes away with the ball. Boots it. He has no trouble grabbing that one. 60 metres out. Slams it on the boot. Marks. Crawley, not wasting time, elects to play on. Hardwick laps up the misplaced footy. It's his. Walker has to get this goal. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market.
Adelaide have just been poor at reading the ball off the packs. They need to get back to basics and try and generate some forward run and carry.
Takes it well. He kicks it long. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark.
Douglas takes a lot of marks during a game, but a lot of them seem to be juggled. If he can just get cleaner hands on the ball, it's just going to give his opponents less chance to spoil in the contest.
Mitchell looking to add another. What a match he's having. It was all his. Bannister choosing to play on. Hawthorn had one to their tally. Yet another goal from Bannister. Hawthorn with the upper hand in this match. And it shows on the scoreboard, leading to 55 to 52. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce. Knocks it down in front. Puopolo with the torpedo. The mark is taken by Cheney. Picks it. Great grab.
Adelaide just can't find a free man inside 50, and it's really having an impact on the scoreboard. Puts boot to ball. Kept his composure then. Douglas
Finish his last
boots it.
stream off, guys.
That's a mark.